Louisville, national champions, 1980.
Cardinals have won the national championship. 75th NCAA college basketball champions.
Welcome to another edition of the Third Banner Podcast. This is me, Ty, with your hosting for tonight, and then we got Connor. Long time no see, Connor.
All right, buddy. We're gonna start with that. Okay.
Good to see you back, Connor. It's always fun having you here with me. We're also probably going to be joined by Josh. He's at home right now, but they are going through a little bit of storms right now. I think there's like some tornadoes up there in Iowa. So once we get that figured out and that passes, hopefully Josh will join us later.
There was a huge tornado that went through Omaha earlier today.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's the same system that's going through Iowa right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, you got me and Connor tonight. We'll probably be joined by Josh. We had some games planned tonight, but due to some staffing issues and things coming up, we're going to probably postpone that to maybe next week. So we'll just chit chat with the chat here, and we'll talk some NFL draft and the new commitments. Got some new commitments from Chucky Hepburn, the point guard from Wisconsin. That was a huge addition, huge. And then we'll probably talk some Aboubacar Traore as well, the forward from Long Beach State. See, Desmond is in the chat. Desmond, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? Got Desmond here like always. So yeah, everybody in the chat, we're kind of leaning on you tonight again. Like I said, we got the draft on. We're on Jamari Thrash and Isaac Guerendo watch tonight, so hopefully we'll see those two go.
I think IG is more possible than Jamari. That's just my opinion, but
yeah. But there has been a run on receivers, so
shit, yeah. There was like 10 receivers in the last 10 picks at the end of the first round, beginning of the second.
I think last night didn't they break like the
receiver record?
Receivers getting drafted in the first round, so there's a lot of good receivers.
And then we had like 3 or 4 more at the beginning of the second round.
Mm-hmm. Hannah Mitchell, Lab McConkey have already gone. So there's a possibility Jamari gets picked tonight, maybe later in the third round, but IG is probably the most likely, if I had to guess, like you said, Connor, to go tonight.
IG to Baltimore?
Possible. I'd love for my Jets to get him too. Him and Breece Hall would be nasty.
I would much rather him go to the Cowboys. He'd probably fucking start with the Cowboys at this point.
Well, Cowboys just made a crazy pick just a minute ago. But
I'm well aware. I know.
Joe, I see you in the chat. Joe says, feels doubtful we get JQ. Connor, have you seen anything new today? Because I haven't really seen anything that we don't already know.
Other than he's going to Arizona State this weekend?
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's confirmed. He's going to Arizona State this weekend?
Yeah, and apparently there's an offer of north of $1 million.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, Joe, I don't think anyone really knows right now.
Honestly, the only person that knows is Dad. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah. So we don't really know. We don't have anything new. I wouldn't say we're out of it, but it does kind of seem, just from my opinion, and I'll let Connor answer this too, but just my opinion, it feels like Dad's kind of searching for any bit more money he could squeeze out of these schools, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I could be way off, and hopefully I am. Hopefully we are the leader and we get him. But nothing new that I've seen.
And I see it more often than you would think, but I think Dad is acting more as a quote-unquote handler than he is acting as a dad. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's trying to get as much money out of whatever is going to happen as he can. Is that the best thing for his kid? Probably not.
And I don't want to go like terribly down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
We don't really know, but
we don't know, but that's what it looks like.
It's kind of what it looks like, but we'll see. Louisville Go Card says, "Can we have a worst duo on the pod? Canes or whatever
okay.
Connor is." We appreciate you, brother. Canes is the GOAT, by the way.
Canes is not.
Chris is in here tonight. Says they were talking about Guerendo. Said round 3 or 4. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Probably round 4, but there's a possibility if someone really likes him. I mean, his combine performance, you would think, could get him into the 3rd.
Didn't he score like a 9.99 on that whatever? You know what I'm talking about.
And you know that that athletic testing, thingamajig, he had damn near a perfect score. So we'll see.
I think there was one spot that was yellow and not green.
Yeah, it only takes one team to fall in love with a guy. So, Big D Cards fan says, "What's up, boys? Pat, Kelsey, and Jeff Braun putting in work. Love the way football and basketball rosters are filling out." I agree, man. Basketball is on. Basketball's hot right now. PK's
basketball's fun again.
Basketball's fun again, and of course, Jeff Braun has had a few departures, but he's starting to put it together a little bit. And I'm sure there'll be more. We're probably still looking for some receiver help, but I saw that edge rusher from Texas is visiting. I think, what's his last name? Tap?
Yeah, Jamar.
Yep.
I don't even know his first name. I know his last name's Tap.
So that would be nice. He was a pretty big recruit. Who do we get if Biggs if we lose JQ?
Hopefully Great Osabor, however the hell you say his name.
Yeah, Osabor from Utah State is a potential target, I think, but he's visiting UK this weekend. Am I wrong?
I think he gets to UK Sunday because he comes to us May 1st.
Okay. So that's a possibility. And then we also have is it Stony Brook, the center from Stony Brook? What's his last name?
Fitzmaurice.
7-footer
that had,
7-footer.
I think he had 25 on College of Charleston when they played.
See, Joe says Fitzmaurice is not a starter in the ACC. I'll be honest, I haven't seen enough. We can maybe pull up some highlights here in a minute because I really haven't seen anything on him.
They just the Texans just drafted some offensive tackle from Notre Dame, and they played Louisville game highlights.
There couldn't have been
couldn't have been much.
Couldn't have been a whole lot. Christian says, "Who do you all think will get next for basketball?" I don't know what's really next. I mean, they have, like I said, we got
Yates is the first one that pops.
Okay, Yates is potentially, but I also saw that I thought LSU was still involved for Yates, and since he just got off the visit, he still hasn't committed, so we'll see. I really like Yates. I know there's been a little back and forth disagreement or agreement on how much we like him from just our own cast members here, but I actually happen to really like Yates.
I wish we could have gotten Ben. I wish we could have.
Desmond says, "I'll take Guerendo on my Jags." That would be nice. That would be nice, Desmond. Guerendo's a stud, man.
They do need a running back because ETN's hurt all the damn time.
It's true. Joe says, Ben. Hey, oh my God, how do you say this name? I said it the other day, and I've already forgot. Humrickhouse? It's Humrickhouse.
Oh, I had no clue.
Yeah, I thought it was Humrichus at first, too, and I was like, that doesn't seem right.
I don't know. I just call him Ben.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, Ben committed to Illinois, so he's off the table. That sucks. He would have been awesome. Anthony says, still 6 more days till Porter deadline. Might be some good bigs in there by then. Yeah, definitely possible. Trent with the $2 super donation. $2 equals 2 kisses for my boys. We love you, Trent.
You're supposed to come on tonight, but you probably had to work.
I think he's with the kiddos tonight. Thank you, Trent. We appreciate you, man.
He's got 8 more on the way.
Yeah, you got to build out the starting offensive line for Louisville. So
for the 2040 Louisville.
Hey, we appreciate everything you're doing with the slides and stuff for us, man. Seriously, thank you, man. Steve says could probably get 3 for the price of 1 JQ. Yeah, that's kind of
what I've been saying too. I would take 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah.
Instead of blowing $2 million on JQ for a guy that not guaranteed to play here for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the guarantee that he has to play 2 years of college, but with the transfer portal, he could just leave next year. So it's do you really want to commit that much money and investment? It's there's positives and negatives to it, right? So
I mean, does it look good on the recruiting trail? Sure, but if we're winning this year with portal guys that aren't 16 years old and have experience, that looks good on the recruiting trail too.
see, that's my thing with JQ. Like, obviously, I want to win that recruitment, right? Like we all do, because just how awesome would it be to really stick it to UK fans?
Now, if we get Osabor, I think I would like that one better.
Yeah. But and like you want to get those 5-star McDonald's All-American types, like we haven't had that so long, but
VJ King, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably
outside of Brian Bowen, obviously, or Sam. It was Sam.
But yeah, no, JQ is a great talent and a great prospect, but he is raw. He's very raw. Like offensively, he's raw. It's going to take a lot of time, and I think PK can obviously coach him up, but it would take time. I don't think he's like ever going to come in right away and crush it. You know what I mean? I think that would be unfair expectations to put on JQ to be like, you come in and you just, play 28 minutes a night and just dominate. I think that'd be way too unfair.
And I don't want to make I don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, if he turns 17 before the season starts, but I don't want to make a 16-year-old kid that hasn't played in the ACC the centerpiece of my middle as a 5 at 16 without a year in a college weight room.
Yep. I agree.
Because he's going to be playing against some grown-ass men in the ACC.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair to say. And we have Josh joining us from the tornado, from the bunker.
Yeah. So I was over at my parents' house. I'm actually in their guest bedroom. So
oh shit.
Yeah. We decided to go visit the grandparents because Blake hadn't been over for a minute. So yep. Had to set up or change shop a little bit.
Well, we're glad to have you, man, and I'm glad you're safe. So I mean, is that passing over now? Are you out of the clear?
No, it's still coming through.
So if he randomly jumps off, you all know why.
I mean, yeah. If I have to pop off, I'll give you guys a heads up. But I think we're good. I think we have a tornado watch until like 9:30, maybe. But I think the tornado warning piece is at least passed for now.
Well, viewers, if you see Josh just randomly fly away while giving a take, just know that we loved him. We loved him dearly. And but we thank you for coming in, Josh. Seriously.
I mean, there were videos of people in Omaha that were standing on their driveway with the tornado right in front of them.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty bad. It was starting in like southwestern Iowa, and it's moving northeast, and we live just like west of Des Moines. So I mean, it was coming like straight for us. So
sounds like a great Friday night.
Yeah. Right.
What a hell of a Friday night to, possibly die to a tornado, but also talk Louisville sports at the same time.
Dude,
like I couldn't think of a better way to go out. You know what I mean?
You have to, especially with. I know you guys probably already touched on this, but like with what Pat Kelsey's doing, like I think that's all anyone's talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
you better put your shoes on.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
and like I listened to him today on 680, and I mean the dude he can crush an interview. like every time he's so consistent and so good. Like he's just a fun person. Like I would love to get the chance to interview him. Like, can you imagine? That would be wild.
He seems like a dude that you just kick back and have a beer with and chill out.
He's really real.
It's totally different from everything last year. Like his interviews are upbeat, his interviews are fun. Like he's not going to BS you and gaslight you into thinking that this is what's happening.
Right.
He's gonna tell you what's going on.
No, for sure. Yeah, like he's he is who he is. Like he doesn't have fake juice. Like like he's that same way. I can't remember who they were interviewing, like Rain Smith maybe, and he was talking about like PK's personality, and he's like, someone asked him like, is he always that wild? And he's like, no, I think I went to his house for a party one time. and that he was pretty chill. But other than that, every other time he's seen him, he's been like that same kind of guy. So
yeah.
So it's not beginning of the football season. So Satterfield juice.
Danny says some beef committing soon before her 24/7 sources. I know what your post you're talking about, Danny. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We need a Big Ben.
I mean, Ty, you know who Danny is, right?
Yeah, I know who Danny is. Danny will appreciate my shirt too. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Joe says, would you pay that money for freshman Anthony Davis? Absolutely, yeah. Anthony Davis was a transition, like he was just that good. He was just that good. He was that dude. Desmond with the $5 super chat. Desmond, we appreciate you, man. He says, what's PK's defensive strategy, hence these defensive players?
It's a great question. I don't know.
It is a good question. So, Desmond, I'm going to be honest. I have been like doing research a little bit and like trying to find, like clips and things like that of what PK wants to do defensively. I know initially everybody kind of thought like, oh, pack line, and everybody hears pack line and they just roll their eyes. And it's not, I don't think like the pack line, if that's really what he tries to run, I don't think that's a bad defense. It's just not. It just people remember the Chris Mack days of pack line and like you would give up a 3 or 2 every once in a while. You'd be like, what the hell? So we'll see how it goes. But thank you for the $5, man. And we'll try to do some more research on that.
I mean, I at this point I thought it was going to be like Nate Oates and we were just going to chuck up threes and not play defense.
Yeah. Well, it kind of seems that way at first, but he's definitely recruiting some guys.
Yeah, like now that we're getting guys that can actually play defense. At the beginning, it was like we're just getting shooters and we're just going to shoot threes and not play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Big D Cards fan says with the current – okay, but by the way, that name is wild. With the current basketball roster, I honestly feel like we're on the right track. Right luck with some fringe tournament team year one. What are your thoughts?
I think we can make the tournament, period.
I absolutely do.
Yeah. Well, it really depends. I was just going to say it really depends on what we end up doing at the front court. Because like we've heard a few rumors about some different guys, but not as many guys visiting with the guards. So that's one spot that if that shapes up the right way, I mean, I feel pretty good saying that we'll make the tournament.
Yeah. And honestly, if some of these front court additions, come true, like I don't want to put unfair expectations on them, but it's going to be hard not to like think even further than just the tournament, like, second weekend or more.
Right.
So
Lamar just got himself a 6'5" tackle.
Roger Rosengarten.
Rosengarten, he's a good one.
It's going to help Lamar have time in the pocket. That way
anything that can keep Lamar upright. Larry says, kind of busy at the moment, but just had to say how cool it was to meet you, Ty. Very cool. Young man, hope we can do it again. Larry.
Okay, don't give Ty too big of a head. Good.
No. Larry's my guy. Larry went to the tailgate for the spring game. We got to talk to Larry for a little bit. And Larry, I appreciate you, brother, for coming in and stopping by and getting to meet you. Was really cool. So thank you, man. Thank you for supporting us this whole time. You've been one of our biggest fans. So Joe wants to know, Josh, how did the dog do with the coyote?
So I actually have a video of it on my Ring doorbell camera. I forgot to show you guys.
Do you really?
Yeah. Of like you just see like my dog come running, and then you see a coyote right behind it. And luckily, all he got was his foot clipped. But man, like it was scary. Like I didn't know what to do. Like you go out there, like I don't know.
That would be pretty.
I don't know how to handle a coyote.
Yeah.
You got a gun? That's how you handle a coyote.
Yeah, right. So, yeah. But, yeah, no, he's doing good. Thank you for asking. But, yeah, scary.
UK got a bargain for Anthony Davis at $200K. Inflation is rough. Yeah, that's true. And Anthony says, great point. I think he's talking about Chucky as well. Yeah, we have some Chucky highlights.
Chucky plays defense and Corin.
Chucky can defend. And Corin as well, yeah.
Corin or Coron? I don't know.
Corin. We're not doing the Coron thing.
Corin.
Stop.
Hey, we still got 5 scholarships, though, but we can bring him back.
Stop.
No. Good.
I know I think the guys talked about it on Wednesday, but I'm so excited for Courtney Johnson, man. He was my favorite
Dude.
target of all, and he's going to be great.
Dude, Ty, we were talking about that like in our group chat. Like, he's been our number one guy for a long time. Like, even when Maddox was visiting, that was the guy that we were both like, dude, his film is different.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
he's one I'm really excited about. And like, the thing about him is like he just started to come on towards the end of last season, so we may not have even seen the best version of him yet. So
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about him. Joe says love Chucky, Corin. Jonas will talk about all of them. Yep, they're all great additions, man. They're all great additions.
yeah, no, for sure. Sorry, if you guys heard a loud beep, we just got another tornado warning. So
Hey.
I think we're good for now. if I hear it, I might have to hop off cam and go back downstairs.
The Chiefs just went with the tackle, so I guess no IG or Thrash.
No running
yet.
back. No running back run in the second round.
Who did the Jets get, Ty? Did they? Oh yeah, they didn't have it.
They don't have a second round because
you have our second round pick.
Well, I was just making sure in case you forgot.
Who did you all take with that pick? Because that ends the Rodgers trade, doesn't it?
It does. Yep. So we traded back and we got Edgerrin Cooper. So feel pretty good about that. And
who the hell's that guy?
Some linebacker from A&M.
I think he was the number one linebacker for a lot of people on their boards, but
I don't know who the hell the Cowboys took. I don't even know who this dude is.
Who?
Some kid from Western Michigan.
I
think his last name's Nealon. Or Keeneland or something
thank
like
you.
that.
Look like you're about 19. Larry, stop it, dude. You gotta stop.
Good Lord.
I don't. There ain't no way you think I look like I'm 19. Thank you, seriously, Larry. You're the best. And it says thinking about your dog, Josh. So
hey, he's doing good. He's doing good.
Got Kyle in the house. Says, "What's up, fellas?"
Kyle, how's it going?
Mo, I saw your comment early about Chucky, and I just don't know, brother. I don't know about it. Says plays D for 3 possessions a game. I don't know. He is inconsistent from 3, but again, like that's not really his strength, right? Like his strength is more, a good on-ball defender, solid, heady point guard who can run the offense. He's inconsistent from 3, but that's also not really his strength.
We don't need him to be consistent.
We don't really need him to be at this point. Anthony says seems like every guy we got so far is versatile. Yes, and like and none bigger than Javon Hadley.
Or Aboubacar Traore.
And Traore as well. Like they can all, play all those positions.
Aboubacar, however the hell you say his first name. Like he averaged 12, 8, and 5?
Yeah. Which we have his highlights. We can get into that if we want.
Like that's crazy. He averaged 8 rebounds and he's 6'5". And he was playing the 4. Like, I get it's the Big West, but like, you don't have anybody getting 8 rebounds a game at 6'5". If you're playing the 4.
See, Ross is in the building. Ross is watching. Joe, again, says most excited long term with James than Corin. I think James, is he talking
Scott?
And Corin, I think it'll be fun to watch internal competition for minutes. PK gonna have to manage minutes. Yeah. Yep. For sure.
We need a big, like a true big.
Anthony says, "What's up, fellas? Stay safe, Josh. Prayers to the Flyers tonight."
I keep getting the tornado warnings, but I'm trying to look at the radar and see if I should actually go downstairs or not. Like in Iowa, it's like we get tornadoes pretty consistently. So like you see those videos of people like mowing their grass during a tornado. Those are usually Iowans.
Is that what you do? Do you go mow the lawn?
I don't, dude. But my dog, the same one with the coyote, like, dude, he loves to go out whenever like there's really bad weather. I don't know what it is. Like it's something in him where he like has to go out at that exact moment. So yeah, I can usually tell when the bad weather's coming because he'll like be scratching at the door.
So what do y'all think about getting into some highlights? You want to go Traore first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
So this is Aboubacar Traore.
I'm pretty sure
He's
they
only-
won this game too.
Only like 6'5", right? Like 6'5", like 225 or so,
Yeah.
220.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, like when we go over these highlights and stuff, and obviously it's I left a link in the description for this YouTube account that puts together a lot of this stuff if you want to check out more. I think it's College Transfer Portal is the YouTube channel. But like I've said before when we talked about the guards and stuff,
He can play
there's
guard.
a
if he
common
has to.
there's a common theme, right? Like they all do a couple things.
Yeah.
They finish at the rim, shoot threes, good passers.
He
And
would
then
be
we
our
go
best
back-
guard last year.
Yeah, and Traore and Adley, they were both like called like the glue guys for their team. So Pat Kelsey mentioned that today about how he's very particular on the due diligence he does for the guys. He doesn't just look at their play on the court. He also looks at like their personality. He talks to like the lifting coaches. Like he really digs deep on like who they
Get
are.
that shit out of here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a block. I agree, Josh. I agree. So he looks like he can really okay, damn. That's a nice block too. He looks like he's a really solid defender, which you know we're gonna need. We're gonna need from the wing spots.
Who? Okay.
That kind of gets into the weaknesses. I guess he's got a turnover issue.
So he's not good posting up in the paint. Got it. Like
Wasn't he like an 8% 3-point shooter or something?
Oh my God, is he
eight.
really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like I maybe I better look that up before I say that officially, but I feel pretty confident.
If he's an 8% 3-point shooter, I hope he never takes a three here. But
Yeah.
everything else, I actually really like. Like just a solid player, a role guy. He's going to play off the bench. He's going to defend, get to the rim, pass. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, 8.7% from three last season.
So if he's wide open, he still needs to pass the ball.
But somehow the season before that, he was 30%. So maybe he took a lot more attempts. I don't know, but 8% is not great.
Good news is there's going to be a lot of other shooters on the floor, so he's not going to have to really, you know.
The Jets traded up, Ty.
Oh shit.
Boy.
The Jets are up.
Spencer Rattler.
Don't you dare.
Jack Plummer to the Jets.
Oh, man, don't do that.
They got to start that succession plan.
All right, Chad, we're going to pause for a second because this is my Jets are up. So
Ty's gonna have a heart attack when they say Jack Plummer.
after the Jets pick, we're getting some Chucky Hepburn highlights.
Hey, Ross asked if we want him to hop on, so he's available. He
I
said.
thought he had volleyball.
Yeah, I
He
thought
said
you
he's
had
done with
volleyball.
volleyball.
Gotcha.
He's
I mean,
gonna
it's up to you, Ross, if you want to, but I don't think we're going to be here terribly long. I think we're going to go probably an hour. We're already 30 minutes in, so.
Why the heck? Ross just messaged me on Facebook Messenger. You want me to hop on?
Ross, if you want to, you're more than welcome to, but like I said, we won't be here terribly long tonight.
That's hilarious. Facebook.
Hopefully they're not booing the
Yeah, okay. Detroit fans are wild.
They are, dude.
When Dallas was up, I don't know if you saw that, but I think they had those like war veterans that were like wounded in combat or something, and they were in wheelchairs.
and they were like the wheelchair like football league or whatever, and
Yeah,
they started
and they were
booing.
booing them, bro. Like what the?
Dude, they don't play around over there.
They do not.
I was trying to look at the draft board.
Is Ross still at the airport?
Yeah,
No, he is no longer at the airport.
no. Danny says, "Ty, did you get my team on MySpace?" Yeah, I didn't quite get that one, bro.
Yeah, because nobody uses that anymore.
Mo, what's your beef with Chucky? What's your beef with Chucky, bro? I mean, tell me in the comments why you don't like it. Like, I've seen you say he's not that guy. Like, what do you not like? Tell me what you don't like.
He's a 3-year starter in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a shit ton of experience in the Big Ten, like a good, solid point guard. I mean, what do you not like?
Yeah, dude, and I think he averaged like over 2 steals a game last year. Like, that's what we need, with the shooting that we have. I mean,
just tell me who the Jets pick. Like, shit.
2 steals a game last year.
Connor, there's presentation to this because the Jets are
going to fuck it up.
Premier franchise in the NFL, so they want to make sure everyone knows.
It's almost like the Cowboys pick. It's taking 15 minutes.
So that's kind of wild. Chucky shot 32% from 3 last year, which is not great. But the season before that, he shot 40%.
Okay.
So, I mean, hopefully he's more. Last year was an anomaly, maybe because just, I don't know, the offense is boring or whatever.
Wisconsin sucks.
It was brutal, dude.
Mo says, watch them get dogged in the Big Ten for 3 years, never progressed. I don't know, brother. I'm kind of sensing troll vibes from you. I ain't going to lie.
Your name is Mo Lester. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know about that one, bro. Like, if you don't think he's like a elite player or something, like, I could maybe give you that, but he's a good player. Like,
all right, the Jets pick is up.
The Jets pick?
Yes.
So Braylon Edwards is announcing this pick. I thought Sauce was doing it. Sauce is there. All right, Braylon, say it.
Malachi Corley. That's a great pick.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hey, listen, my Jets are killing it right now, bro.
He's a baller. So is that the Jets' first pick then, right? So to make sure.
First pick today.
First pick today.
We had Olu Fashanu yesterday.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that pick. I love
that means my boy Steph's had 2 picks today.
Was Corley a Steph guy?
Steph. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Corley's awesome.
So did Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, I really like Ladd McConkey too. I mean, there was some good value in early second round today. Like, Jean didn't go till what, like, I don't know, 30 or 40th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to Philly, which surprised he didn't go to Green Bay, but whatever.
Well, they moved up to get ahead of Green Bay, and I don't know if Goody was going to pick him anyways, to be honest with you. I think he always wanted that linebacker from A&M.
Corley was a hell of a player at WKU.
He was a dog.
He was a dog for real. All right, let's get back to the scheduled program here. Let's see.
We had to talk about the Jets because if we didn't, Ty would get all disappointed. Still
talking Chucky. We're gonna go to Chucky highlights here in just a second.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mo, I don't know, bro. I think you're trolling. I don't know. It just seems like you're trolling.
I think we need to pull that comment from.
You're doing a good job if you are, because I honestly can't tell. Like, you're doing a great job because you seem very trolly.
Knowledgeable.
Again, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Chucky is Chris Paul reincarnated, but like, he's pretty solid. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I think you need to pull up Danny's comment about the Jets.
Yeah, but Danny, you better hope the Glassboro over there makes it through the year.
But the Chucky recruitment was an interesting one because you had, he entered the portal, and Connor Post like the second a guy enters the portal, he puts it in our group chat. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure the tweet has fully uploaded, and he's already forwarding it on to us.
I got Pete Nakos's tweet notifications on.
He's got something on because I mean he's always quick with that stuff. So like we get that notification, everyone's like, oh, that sounds like a name we'd be interested in, or like we want to be interested in.
2 hours later, it's like
hey. Who from the Louisville media was the one that
it was
tweeted,
Bosich.
Bosich? Yeah, like Bosich broke that news. Like, I mean, that had to have been a first, right?
And it was some spicy news too from Bosich. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he put spices on that one. Yeah, but like, dude, it was just so wild because we never have recruitments like that. The only one that I remember that was like we were just talked about him and then he kind of committed was Brian Bowen, and that did not end up well. So like it was just a very interesting one for us to win for once, but I guess that's what NIL does,
And then Wisconsin's coach was salty about AJ Storr and Chucky both.
Yeah.
He was
Rick
pissed.
Mount's jumper, which I haven't seen you around here, so this seems
Are you a Wisconsin fan?
We are back because we got a guy that couldn't compete in the Big Ten. Wow, yeah. I don't.
Him and Mo are buddies.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't understand the Chucky Hepburn hate, but I kind of feel like it's just trolls from other fan bases or something. I don't know.
Well, you see the Colonel Sanders one?
Colonel Sanders.
I did not.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're about to say, dude. I don't know.
It's from your buddy Mo.
Okay. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, we're leaving that one where it's at.
Yep.
I think we're just going to scroll past that one.
You know what? Let's just go to some Chucky highlights. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's see this not so good player, according to Mo.
I don't believe it. I'm hoping he has a charge in here.
So again, starts out, where are they scoring? At the rim.
A guard that can get to the rim. What a novel idea.
Yep. Gets the deflection. Yep. Mo, you're all right, Mo. You're done. I'm not bringing you up no more. Like, dude, come on.
Step back.
Yeah, step back three, Mo. How about how you
feel? I was gonna say his toes on the line.
It's like he says a layup. Wow. Like, okay, dude, you're done. I'm just ignoring you the rest of the night, bro. Just keep saying what you want to say. It's all good.
I think Mo has two accounts because Rick Mount just said he's 5'10", he's not attacking the rim. Then what do you call it?
What are we watching though, right? Like if he's going to the rim and scoring, what are we watching?
Hell, he just shot that from Josh's front porch and he made it.
Yeah. Tornado and all, and he made that shit.
Yeah. Can you guys hear the sirens? I feel like it's really loud. But
I can't hear.
Good.
That would add a whole new, layer to this.
Yeah, it adds to the video, dude.
The Chucky siren.
Risking his life to talk about Chucky Hepburn.
Hey, that's how much I believe in him. I'm like Mo. Yeah, dude. Well, and I live in Big Ten country, so a lot of my buddies are Iowa fans. So I've watched a lot more Big Ten basketball than I'd like to in the last season, and just seems like Chucky was always in the right spot, kind of like Siva was. He's not Siva's level, but like Siva-esque in the way that like he just makes the right decision.
Yeah,
like he's always always making.
You see that pass that he just made? We didn't have a guard last year that could make that pass.
Yeah, maybe Zan.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Okay. So it gets into his weaknesses off the dribble shooting, which, yeah.
We don't need him to do.
But that's also not really, I don't think that's going to be much in the system, for the off dribble shooting.
Yeah.
I don't think PK really wants you taking mid-rangers like that.
He's
Well, if he
better
can
than
just get
Lamont
his-
Butler.
If he can just become like a mid 30% 3-point shooter this year, like split the difference between the last two seasons, like
Yep.
I'll take that.
What about that play? Like, I don't see. That's what I'm not understanding. We didn't have a guard that could do that.
No.
We haven't in a while. So that's what it's like. I don't know.
And one, like, show me a guard on our team that can go into the lane against 4 people.
Yeah. Well, and he just has lots of experience too. I mean, he's a 3-year starter
In the Big Ten at a school that is, somewhat decent at basketball. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I think Chucky's a pretty damn good player, man. I'm pretty excited for him. I think him and Corin are going to be an awesome guard duo, and if we could add like Yates to that, that would even be even better. And Rain, obviously, Rain will come off the bench and give scoring and shooting.
Yeah. Who would be your starting 5 right now?
but we don't have a 5. So.
Obviously, we don't have a few front court players, so maybe just put an X on that. But I'm trying to figure out, like, of the guards and, like, whoever would play the 3 traditionally, like, who are those 3 going to be? Like, it's hard to only pick 3 out of who we have right now.
Oh, my God. Pull up Trent's comment.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it'd probably be, like, Chucky, Johnson, Edwards, and then one of like Hadley or Traore.
Yeah. I'd probably go with that.
That's you're gonna have to have Chucky out there to run the offense, and then you didn't bring Edwards in to come off the bench.
No, right, right.
I think Chucky, Corin, and Edwards at this point are. You can write them down in Sharpie. I think they're in. Now, obviously, we still have to get bigs, like you said. So that will all depend on who they add. I could see a world where Traore starts at the 4 if they don't quite get the guys that they want. But I think Traore is definitely more of a role player off the bench guy. Ultimately, I think at this point, your starting 4 and 5 are just not on the roster yet. So
because James Scott isn't your starting 4.
No.
He's
but I like
a great
Scott
role
a lot.
piece, though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to come in games next season and really, like, be a big, like, give us a big jolt of energy off the bench. Like,
he's what we wanted Danilo to be.
Yeah, right.
Trent with another trolley. Danilo could do all this and more, but didn't get the opportunity. Yeah. Anthony says Terrence at the 3. I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, Anthony. I think Terrence Edwards will be your starting 3. Oh, and I forgot Hadley. That's the craziest part with all these additions. There's so many good ones, and I forget about a guy like Hadley who's a damn good player too. Like, just does everything out there. Like, defends, can rebound, shoot. Like, he just does it all. So
I want to get that kid from UNCW, UNCG, one of the UNC directional schools.
UNCG, I think.
I don't remember. Whichever one beat Kentucky.
UNCA, UNCW, GBC.
That kid averaged what, like 20 a game?
Like high teens, like 18, 19 points a game.
Joe says agree. Needs starter at 4 and 5. Yep. I don't think they're on the roster yet, Joe, but hopefully it's coming soon.
Did y'all just see the Patriots pick? The people announcing took turns every other word of who was going to say it.
That's the most Patriots thing ever.
Yeah. Right. UNCW. There it is from Kyle.
UNCW Tarzaria.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could say it. White. Okay.
Tarzarian White. All right, now we know Mo is trolling.
I wish we would have gotten Travis Perry.
Mo, you gave it away there, brother.
Yeah. You fumbled that one, but
You can hang out. I don't really give a shit, but you gave it away for real.
yeah.
So
Right.
if
Yeah,
you
you
want to
want-
spend your Friday night on a Louisville show, go for it.
Right.
Dude.
You want to give us some engagement? Go ahead, bud.
I wonder if it's Maddie under a new name.
Imagine. Louisville Go Kart says, "Who's the kid visiting Sunday that we seem to be a lock for us?" That's Fitzmaurice,
Yeah,
right?
the kid from Stony Brook.
Stony Brook. Yeah.
And he's the only one visiting this weekend, right?
As far as we know.
Yep. And honestly, Ty, I think why that is because we're waiting on JQ to figure out what we're going to do with money wise, right? So if there's anybody who's going to like pop into the portal next week, right before the deadline,
The
we're
next
going to
6
have to
days.
know, right? We're going to have to know what JQ is doing first. So
Yeah.
I think that's the play. Like probably wait till early next week, and then if it's not JQ, we'll probably get involved with a few other.
If we don't have, I think if we don't have an answer by Wednesday, that we're moving on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's when Osabor is going to be on campus. Is what, Thursday, Friday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Russell says, "Is JQ going to Louisville?" So that's a good question, and I don't think anyone knows right now. So
It'd be a guess, but
Josh, you were paying I didn't get to pay attention much that day because there was a lot of crazy shit going on at work. So
yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like news kind of broke early. Was that Thursday or Wednesday that the visit to Memphis was going to be postponed or
Pushed
like
back,
canceled,
postponed, whatever.
and so it kind of seemed like all signs to Louisville, and then like a few hours later, Arizona State comes into the picture.
And USC, right?
Is USC involved too?
Maybe. But I think the big thing was like we got a bunch of crystal balls, like from like nationally relevant guys, and then
like the guy from Blue Devils Insider or whatever had us getting JQ.
Yep. And then there was another famous Discord guy who also made a prediction. I won't say his name, so we're not leaking what it is, but there was a prediction that came out of there that I think got people excited. And then all of a sudden we heard about, like Ty said, the Arizona visit, and we were like, well, maybe let's pump the brakes on this a little bit. But I think Louisville people are still feeling good about it. So
what's funny is coincidentally, the people that gave us the crystal balls for JQ are also the ones that gave us crystal balls for DJ Wagner.
Oh no,
yeah, true.
No,
a little different this time, but yeah. So to answer your question, Russell, I don't really know.
I don't think anybody knows.
I don't think anyone does at this point.
If I had to put in a prediction, Russell, I'm going to be optimistic. I think we get him. I've heard good stuff about it, but I don't want to jinx anything because I know how this stuff goes for us. So
if I'm betting on it, I'm betting the field over us at this point.
Yeah. I like to gamble, so I think I'd take JQ and be like, let's get paid. But you're probably right.
Because if he was, and this is just my opinion, if he was going to commit, he would have committed already and not taken his visits.
Yeah.
Like, I think his dad's trying to, and I said this earlier, he's acting more as a handler than he is a dad and not trying to find the best thing for his kid. He's trying to find the best NIL deal that he's going to get.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. I've heard the parents are very involved. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, very involved.
And like, I don't want to like say anything crazy about that. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like, I think we are all three in agreement. It just kind of seems like the family is really trying to push for some more money at some of these schools. We could be wrong, but that's just kind of what it seems like.
Yeah, I see Humrickus in the chat, and that I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. I've never heard him say it.
I think it's Humrick House.
We just called him Ben earlier. It's just Ben. Just call him Ben.
We just say Ben. You could say Uncle Ben, but
the Giants just drafted a kid from Kentucky.
We Travian Wallace.
No, Andrew
Phillips.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I think Andrew's from Louisville. Actually.
But yeah, I was calling him Hum Riches.
I think we were too.
People had nicknames for him that were worse than that. But Ben will say he was the guy I really wanted. Like after Johnson, he was the next guy that I was like, I really want him. Because, like, man, he's an excellent passer out of the pick and roll. And then I think he shoots like 40% at 6'9". So I think he would have killed it in Pat Kelsey's system. But
yeah, Hummerkaus would have been dope for real.
yeah.
It was weird because like it was like the IU site that was starting to kind of like point the fingers and saying like it looks like he's leaning Louisville, and then that lasted like maybe a day, and then Illinois came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he kind of visited us out of nowhere, if you remember.
I thought it was always between us and Illinois, and then Nova popped up. I guess I have that backwards.
Yeah, I think Nova got involved a little bit, but he did commit the other day, right? I'm pretty sure I saw that.
He committed today.
Oh, today. Okay. Yeah, Russell, he committed today.
And it got reported by like it was like local.
They're Bozich guy, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. It was. And then I saw a bunch of like national scouts retweeting it, and I was like, okay, I guess it's true. But yeah, he's the only like front court player other than JQ and maybe Ugana that I've been like super excited about that I've heard us being linked.
You don't want Osabor? Come on, bro.
And Osabor, sure. Forgot
I just
him.
don't think many of us are like really counting Osabor as a legitimate, because I think everyone just thinks he's going to UK this weekend, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that one plays out because he does have a visit set up with us.
Yeah.
But he also has a visit set up with Tech and Washington.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel good if he gets out of that Kentucky visit uncommitted, like, with transfers, like that means the door is wide open.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. If we can get him out without committing.
And we need to seal the deal on Oaks Day because he's going to be there on the 3rd.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, I was telling my dad about all the recruiting stuff, and he's like, they need to get recruits out for the Derby. I'm like, you don't understand. Like in the NIL era, like you need to get them out. Like the second that they can come, like you get them on a flight the next day because they'll commit.
Well, hell, Chucky went in the portal and we had a visit set up with him in like 24 hours. Like,
right?
Yeah. Looking at the chat. And it's more of Mo just trolling.
Let's throw a couple mil at Edie.
Dedicated.
Mo, like I said, brother, I don't care if you're in here and just want to troll on a Friday night. You ain't bothering me, but it is what it is.
Hey Mo, do you think we get JQ? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm really curious
to see what you got to say here.
We need your insight.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
dude! Edie's so slow, Mo.
Edie would hate this offense.
Right.
Hate it.
Oh my god, he wouldn't even make it down the floor.
He probably thought Purdue's offense was too fast.
JQ to Arkansas. Okay.
Hey,
he probably can get a nice NIL deal there. I'm sure that
is a good opinion, Mo, but I'm pretty sure he's already cut Arkansas from his list, so you might want to try again.
Also true. The Tyson family might give him his $2.5 million that he's looking for.
Is it just me? I don't want to be the negative guy, but it just seems like it's a Memphis type of recruitment. You know what I mean? It just feels like a Memphis recruitment.
Seems like an AAU recruitment more than anything, and that's where Penny came from.
And I hope to God I'm wrong. I want to win that one so bad. Like, how awesome would that be to like really just stick it to UK fans and to like finally win like a 5-star McDonald's All-American? That'd just be so cool. But
I think we'll be able to do it like in the future. Like I'm not saying that I don't want JQ, but I'm also saying I don't want to spend $2 million if that's what the number is.
Well, I really want JQ to build some momentum with that level of player because like JQ, we have that connection with the Word of God with his high school coach.
They got some dudes that go through there.
Right. But like he's our first real, like, I mean, it would be one that would make sense for us because we had that connection. We have the NIL. So like getting a player of his caliber and like putting everyone on notice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It'd be awesome in year one.
We should have gotten Jawan Howard on staff for recruiting. Okay.
Yeah. Joe says, big fan of Penny. Penny played in Orlando and he's starstruck with Penny.
So
Penny's got some pull, man.
Legit.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
He had Penny's poster in his room when he was a kid.
Dude, I used to have a T-Mac poster. I think I had an AI poster. Those were my guys. And Vince Carter.
Anthony Easton says, doesn't feel like a Memphis type recruitment. It smells like one. I think we're kind of saying the same thing, but yeah.
That's fair.
There's no coincidences in recruiting, and there's a reason that they pushed FedEx to give them a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Dude, but I'd take that deal.
Russell says Ben Hummerkaus commits to Illinois per source, but it has not been acknowledged by recruiting services.
Interesting.
I'll have to look that one up.
Time to ask our boy in vampire hours when he's awake.
We'll look that one up, Russell. We'll see.
All right. After the Panthers pick, you all might see me go nuts. Dallas is going up after the Panthers, and this is.
Oh, don't give Dallas another pick, man. We ain't trying to watch y'all pick another bum.
We got two more in the third round.
I wish Dallas picked in front of Green Bay every time.
I feel sorry for that. Those two young men, they're going to get picked by the Cowboys. They'll never win shit.
Yeah, and they will with the Jets.
We're going to the Super Bowl this year, man.
Okay.
You don't know. Another Kentucky player picked.
Oh, Trevin Wallace went. There it is.
I was going to say, I know Green Bay really liked him too.
I couldn't name one player on Kentucky's football team other than
Ray Davis.
Yeah.
So I actually know Andrew Phillips' brother. Andrew Phillips' brother is one of my fraternity brothers, and I totally forgot about that until tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't think you guys probably already hit on this, but I don't think that any of our guys will go today. Any of the Louisville guys.
I think IG has a chance, but
yeah.
If anybody, it's IG, and at this point, I don't think IG's going unless he goes to Dallas.
Well, I was reading some stuff about his scouting report, and he had almost a perfect RAS score.
Yes, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, it was crazy. And my neighbor, oddly enough, used to play for the Colts, and he trained Guerendo when he lived in Indy. And he said that he was actually a stud receiver coming out of high school. So he's like, yeah, that's one thing when he watched Louisville games this year. He's like, man, I wish they would have thrown the ball to him more.
All right,
yeah.
I'm about to start
crazy. Yeah. So, but anyways, the other thing they said about him was that he did, they actually liked.
Why?
Uh-oh. Hey, I'm always down to pause the story so I can hear about
why.
Finish your story, and then we'll get to Connor's draft picks.
Yeah, so all I was going to say is just that, he didn't have as much production as some other backs, but he didn't also have as many carries. So it was actually looked at as a positive because he doesn't have as much wear and tear, which is what you worry about for running backs. So, he's definitely somebody who could move up draft boards and be a late third round, early fourth round.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Because he doesn't have as many touches in his college career, that it could help his draft stock just for the wear and tear purposes. And his combine was ridiculous, right? So all it takes is one team to really fall in love with them. The Cowboys just picked another bum offensive lineman.
Yeah, why are we drafting offensive linemen? We need skill guys because Jerry won't fucking pay CD or any of the damn running backs.
That's a shame, Connor.
Sounds like a smart pick to me, Connor.
Okay. Hey, guess what? We draft right in front of Green Bay in the next pick.
That's okay. We're not worried about whoever you're picking, dude.
I would love for us to go Guerendo at 88, 86, whatever pick that is.
Joe says, hoping we pull a mystery international big out of the hat from overseas. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to find someone like that.
A beast from a foreign land, you say?
A beast from a foreign land.
I meant to say something about that in PK's interview. He did say that he tried to say the name of the coach, and then he stopped himself, and he's like, "Oh shit, I can't say their name because they're international and they're not hired yet." I don't know if that's really true or not, but supposedly he's going to hire 2 international coaches for to fill out the rest of his staff.
I think those are going to be the guys that run practice. I think.
Yeah, I think it's people that he already worked with, but
because they can have the 2 coaches that just run practice while the other coaches are on the road recruiting, and I think that's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah.
Doc says Berea to UConn. Who's Berea again? Is that's not
the kid that was supposed to
Kobe Berea?
Oh, okay, from Dayton.
Yep.
Okay.
And
so he just committed to UConn?
Yeah.
Shit.
And that's who Kentucky thought they were getting.
Yeah, UK thought they were going to get him too.
I did see that, yeah.
And John L was supposed to go to Michigan, couldn't get in, and then it looked like he was going to UK. But I heard he was visiting Arkansas.
I saw that too.
I heard that what's his name? The guard that they want.
Devin Smith.
Yes, the kid from Utah. I heard he can't get into school.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, boy. I feel terrible about that.
Danny, what, bro? Huh?
I think that's Danny's own rating.
You're done.
What, bro?
That's how Danny ranks his recruits right there.
I trade both of Connor's knees for JQ and Hummer-Couch. Yeah, me too.
I mean, my knees are fine, boys.
What about hips, dude? That's the real thing. You're like Terminator in one leg now, though.
Hey,
right?
I'll be Terminator in the other leg in January.
They give you any special features with the upgrade, dude?
What?
They give you any special features with the upgrade?
Yeah, I can walk normally.
Did UConn get Liam McNeely today?
Yeah, they got him today too.
UConn's just reloading, man.
UConn really might go back to back to back. Like I'm not even.
And I predicted that. I predicted that years ago that Danny Hurley would just be the greatest of all time, if you remember correctly.
I don't know. I don't know if I was in the group chat then or not.
Yeah, I don't.
They've been before my time.
I predicted that 3 years ago that Danny was the GOAT.
Remember when UK fans thought that they were going to get Danny Hurley for $10 million?
I do remember that. That was pretty funny.
I think I saw a video about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a video on Twitter from Jane and the boys, and
dude, I still get random retweets from mostly UConn fans trolling.
So what's that tweet up to now? What's the engagement on that?
Not anything that crazy. I think it's 600 likes, but the engagement, I think it has 400,000.
Jesus.
I had a tweet years and years ago, when Lamar was playing here. It was after I think the North Carolina game. And back then people were really starting to question if Lamar could play in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I think I just made some stupid tweet oh, of course you could, just mocking those people. And I think Peyton Siva was the first one to retweet it, and it just took off. And it ended up with 1,500 likes and retweets and 300 comments, and I was like, that's crazy. Awesome. My phone was just going off the entire day. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's a picture of Ty there.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
So,
yeah,
so DJ is down to USC and Arkansas. That's hilarious.
DJ Wagner.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Remember when UK thought they were going to get Pop Isaacs too?
I remember when UK thought they were getting a lot in the last month and a half, and they got none of it.
Remember when UK thought they were getting Pop Isaacs, and his final 3 are Creighton, St. John's, and BYU.
That's awesome, dude. But I have to laugh too about the whole there's a thing with Matt Jones saying that it was such a novel idea that Pope picked a recruit up at the airport. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, that was funny.
So somebody put up a tweet, responded to his tweet with his own tweet from 2014 where John Calipari did it. And he said almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then the best part is they didn't even end up getting that recruit. He went back to BYU. So he was going to follow Pope from BYU, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
No, so the two biggest, or I guess the 3 biggest guys from BYU 2 of them went back, and another one's going to the draft.
And one's on Louisville now, so
Yeah, and he's not even going to play this year.
So yeah, that was awesome.
Oh shit!
Looking at the chat, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of.
Mo is still trolling in chat, so
Yeah, that's fine.
But
That's all good.
Big G said Mark Pope is better than Denny Hurley. Okay.
Makes sense.
So who we got in the draft here? It's still nothing really. No
Nothing
crazy
crazy.
picks.
The Bears are up right now, so I'm sure they're going to mess up somehow.
Bears have had hell of a draft so far.
I know.
Dude,
They've actually done really well.
Roma Dunze and Caleb Williams.
Yeah, how did Atlanta draft Penix?
Okay, y'all want to talk about that for a second? I know it's not Louisville related, but let's
yes.
do it. Why not? We're here.
Yes.
Okay, the Bears just took some tackle from Yale.
I don't. What's his name, Connor?
Kieran and Meg.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
That's why I asked Connor. Not no, dude. I haven't heard of him, but they did need help on their O-line. So
let's talk about Atlanta real quick and how wild that was. So this is my take on it. I think Michael Penix is a hell of a quarterback. I think he's legit. I think he's a really good player, and I think he has a really good shot to play in the league.
Not in Atlanta.
But what the hell were the Falcons thinking? Here's what makes that pick so bad, and I think you all are probably going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
The fact that they just gave Kirk Cousins 4 years, $180 million, and $100 million guaranteed. That is a very sizable commitment in money.
Yeah.
And guess what? Their contracts are going to run out at the same time.
Well, that and Penix being the 8th pick, his rookie scale deal is going to be big. They're going to be paying $220+ million into quarterbacks.
Yeah. So here's my perspective on it, Ty. You don't age is an important metric, right? So Penix is only I think less than a year younger than Jordan Love right now. And so they're going to take the Jordan Love model where they're going to sit him for, it has to be 3 years because of the guarantees in Kirk's contract, unless they're going to trade him or cut him. And then
they definitely ain't cutting him with that fucking dead cap.
That's what I was going to say. So if they cut him in year 2, it's like a Russell Wilson type of cut, Denver just did, a ridiculous cut. If they cut him in year 3, then it's it's still a hit, but it's not quite as big. So it's they're going to have to wait until he's 28 till he can start, or 29.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is the reason why age matters is for durability, right? So now take an older guy who's actually been hurt quite a bit, and you're literally making I just don't get it.
He tore both of his ACLs at the same time, didn't he?
Yeah, and he had shoulder. I mean, he was banged up all over the place, and they just compounded on themselves.
Well, so here's the thing. I just looked it up. He's 23 years old currently. He turns 24 on May 8th. So you're looking at, I just don't know. I need to see Cousins' contract to see when they can really get out of that, because that just seems like such a huge dead cap if they were to turn it over to Penix after 1 year. And why would you sign Kirk for 4 years?
Right.
If that's what you're playing.
Yes. I don't get it.
You have the guys that are, I guess what? You have Pitts, we got Bijan, Drake
London.
Who else?
Didn't they just take a receiver earlier or something like that? I don't know. I need to go check.
Yeah,
opposite of London, I think they do have somebody else.
You have the skill guys. What are we doing here? I thought Kirko was so the skill guys could get the ball.
I don't know. I don't understand that. Okay, they took Braylon Trice, edge out of Washington. They took and then they traded up in the beginning of the second round for some dude I've never heard of from Clemson.
Yeah, no, and nobody else had either.
I've never heard of that guy before.
Yeah, the guy announcing the pick was like Rook.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
So the Falcons have Darnell Mooney, who used to be on the Bears.
They gave him a lot of money.
Yeah, and like he was kind of nice. Like I think the Bears kind of ruined him a little bit, but like I think he could be all right. Rondale Moore,
quarterback. So
yeah, Rondale Moore, Drake London, Ray McLeod.
That's what it was. They traded Desmond Ridder for Rondale Moore.
Yeah, right.
Danny says, I could see making some sense with Atlanta. The new trend is to sit rookie quarterbacks again. I mean, yeah, but like Penix's age, like he's got to be the oldest quarterback in the draft, right?
Bo Nix.
Older. Well, okay, but Nix is probably going to start right away.
Right.
I don't know. That's a scary quarterback room, Ty. What do you think?
I don't know. I really do like Penix, and I think he's got a chance to make it in the league, but it just made no sense being picked there by Atlanta.
The Texans just traded up to 17 or 78.
The Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah, Texans are up on the clock now.
I haven't been looking at the board at all. I don't really know what they need, though.
Danny says actually make more sense to have Atlanta's strategy over Denver's. What do you mean, Danny? Like what do you mean about Denver's thinking?
They got two young guys that aren't very great quarterbacks. Is that what you
mean?
They have
on Connor, who do they have outside? Like I know who they drafted, but who do they have?
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they just traded for Zach.
Hi, can you tell us a little bit about Zach Wilson? I haven't heard of him before, dude.
Zach is it's so tough for me, man. Because like, let's be serious. And I know Connor has his own personal biases towards Zach Wilson from his days when he was at Boise. But
hey, Zach Wilson did an interview on my couch.
Zach, like when you're be realistic here, Zach Wilson, physical talent is incredible. Like his physical talent is arguably top 5 to 10 in the league. I'm being serious.
His hunting ability is really good too.
Okay, stop. I know what you stop. Just stop. His physical talent is incredible, but it's the mental side that he just cannot figure it out. He cannot read defenses. He can't make good decisions with the ball. And he would like show so many flashes, but then he would just follow it up with a stinker right after. It was just sad to watch. So, but yeah, if you put Bo Nix with Zach Wilson, I guess I see what you mean.
Yeah,
that's a terrible quarterback room.
And Jared Stidham.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So I know we've gone off the path here a little bit, but going back to the Louisville guys in the draft, who do you guys? I know we've said maybe where we think they could go round wise, but like, what's a team or situation you think they'd be a good fit for? Because I haven't heard much about where Guerendo or like.
Well, considering the Cowboys don't have a running back, you would do great in Dallas.
I do kind of like. I don't want it just to like troll Connor perspective, but like IG in Dallas would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'd like Thrash in Baltimore. Honestly, they just
I can see that too.
I really wanted McConkey in Baltimore, but obviously,
or Keon Coleman. But
to give Lamar another receiving target because Bateman ain't it.
Yeah. Yep. And Jarvis Brownlee is actually crushing it in like all of his Senior Bowl stuff.
I totally forgot about Brownlee. Like,
I think Brownlee probably goes day 3. I think
most of our guys end up going day 3.
I think they all do too at this point.
I think so too.
I could definitely see it happening. I know I'm with you, Josh. Like, Baltimore for Thrash would be nice. I know I was going to say my Jets, but we just took Corley, so we're pretty much kind of set there with Wilson.
That's a hell of a pick. I'd honestly rather have Corley than Thrash. That's just my opinion.
Dude.
I think Philly with Thrash kind of makes sense. I like that. I kind of like that fit a little bit.
They just re-signed AJ for like $96
million.
They did.
They did.
Yeah. The Chargers. They need
Chargers
need
just
receiver
need
help.
bodies, period.
they need a lot, but like, I think with Herbert throwing to him, like, I think that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
I know they already got McConkey, but he'd be nice on the other side.
Russell sends us a super sticker, $10. Thank you, Russell. He says, thanks for letting an IU fan into your chat. Hey, Russell, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come hang out with us and talk, you're more than welcome. So we appreciate you, brother, for the 10.
Fridays are a lot more laid back, and
Yeah.
like
Yes.
tonight
Yes.
we're watching the draft. Like,
Yeah. So anytime you want to come hang out with us, man,
More than
you
welcome.
do that.
we're about to get a Cincy pick, so Danny's about to go nuts.
Desmond says,
Who did the
Thrash the
Colts
Jags.
The Colts are up, and then we're getting a Cincy pick.
The Colts took Adonai Mitchell earlier. I thought that was nice.
That was a really
I
good
missed
pick.
that.
That was nice.
I
You
missed that
put
during
Pitt.
the tornado stuff.
Yeah, you were fighting for your life over there. Mitchell and Pittman and Josh Downs. That's a nice trio of
Yeah,
receivers.
dude. Josh Downs is super underrated.
And you got Mo Alley Cox at tight end too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like what Indy's building.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And they get Richardson back, and like he was playing like
He's playing
not
really
maybe to Houston's QB's level, but I mean he was right there.
TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing well before the injury. I was a huge fan of. I'd go look it up. He was pretty big injury.
I think he tore his labrum. I don't know. I think I might be making that up.
Well, dude, I was watching his old you remember that show QB1?
Yeah.
He was on that on Netflix, and I went back and watched it, and he was banged up every game back then. And in college, it was kind of the same thing. So that is a little bit of a concern, I think, his long term.
All right, let's see
Shoulder
if
injury.
we'll see if Jordy melts down or not.
Talk about Jordy in our group chat and a viewer Jordy.
Yeah, I don't know where he is tonight.
Who's this short dude announcing the pick?
One of their draft picks from 2018. There's been a run on tackles in the second and third round.
This draft had a lot of good tackles and running backs and receivers and stuff.
They just took the left tackle from Pittsburgh. I guess right tackle. He plays both sides. Okay, did you just see that highlight with the tight end? That tight end was nasty.
All right, we're removing Mo because Mo's he's just going too far with the trolling.
All right, Devin, you're done, buddy.
Yeah, boys are going to select a kicker.
Iowa's punter has been rumored.
Okay.
I think he's in line for the Cowboys. Maybe their next pick.
C. Miles, I unfortunately agree.
Yeah, Mo got the axe because he was that. I'm good with trolling. I'm okay with that. I respect a little trolling, but when you're insinuating that people are slow, that's okay. You're done.
Yeah.
That's too far. I'm good with a little trolling here and there, but that's.
I know who this is announcing the pick. It's TJ.
TJ Hushmanzada. That's a name from that was a blast from the past.
I didn't even need the name to come up. I just remember the face from training camp days.
Connor, say TJ Hushmanzada 5 times fast.
No, rather not.
Yeah, I don't think. Do you think Hudson's going to get drafted, Connor?
I think if he does, it's 6th or 7th, and if it's 7th, it's going to be late 7th. Oh, They took a receiver. Okay.
Who did?
The Bengals.
Jermaine Burton from Bama. That's the T. Higgins replacement.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, this kid's only 6 foot. T. Higgins is 6'6".
Dude, how would you feel about the Seahawks taking another receiver with everyone they have?
God, with JSN and DK
Metcalf, and then
Lockett,
dude, Lockett. I always pick him up in fantasy. He's so solid. like 10 to 15 points a game.
I'm not gonna lie, like I was pretty heartbroken when the Jets passed on JSN last year. I wanted him so bad.
I honestly thought JSN was going to the Jets last year. It was gonna be JSN and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, that would have been freaking nuts.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks go defense. That's just a guess, but
yeah. Did you guys listen to any of that PK interview today, or did you guys touch on it at all?
I didn't. No, I mean you did. I didn't listen to it.
The only other thing I was gonna say from there, if you didn't touch on it at all, was like they did talk about his glasses, because like that's a hot topic, right?
Oh,
like,
I saw the link. I saw the link of how much they are. Holy shit!
Yeah. So he said that he went out after the press conference and people gave him crap about like how much he was adjusting his glasses. So he went to Lens Crafters of all places, and he said he got them tightened and then got a new pair. So
they're $500.
Are they?
Yeah, somebody put the link on Twitter and was like, "These are not cheap."
Yeah, that's wild, dude. Well, and he said that he likes them because his wife said that they make him look like Ryan Reynolds. So I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't know that I see that one, but if your wife likes it, you guys know. Like,
unfortunately, you got to do it.
Yep.
Devin says, can I just say when Joe Alt was announced, all I could think about was Mason putting him on his ass. Yeah, that's true. They didn't play the low lights from Joe Alt's game against us.
I had to troll with Alton a little bit last night when Joe Alt was picked. It looked like he was having trouble getting out of that chair.
Yeah. They didn't play the low lights, Devin.
Dude,
that's Mason Riger's son right there.
Yeah.
Well, dude, and like speaking of son, like, did you guys see his dad was almost as big as he was? Like that is
Alt. You said Alt?
Yeah, yeah, Alt's dad. Yeah, he's huge.
Alt's huge too. He's like what 6'8", like 3.
He's almost 6'9". Like they did.
Yeah, and his dad is maybe like 6'6", but like solid. So,
yeah.
I was like, dude, that's a couple bears. Like those are not humans. Like
yeah,
those are dudes that you don't want to meet. Like
nah.
Right.
Well, chat, I think we're going to start wrapping it up here, unless you guys got anything y'all want to talk about, but I'm not seeing a whole lot there. So we'll probably start wrapping up here, guys. Do you all have anything that you want to say before we head out?
Let's see what happens if we get any more kids on campus. I guess next week, other than Osabor, bring them in for the Derby. Let's let the Derby happen.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool if they visit for Derby.
Right. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for popping out on a Friday night. Ty's got some cool stuff cooked up for some future episodes, so be on the lookout for that. But appreciate everybody coming out to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, I'm with you, Connor. I'm just ready to see what PK can do.
Yeah, it's off to a good start, man, and he's building quite a roster. I love where we're starting, and I think next week definitely going to start seeing the 4s and the 5s. So
yes,
that'll probably be next up. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. It was a lot of fun. I think like I said, we had some plans, but some of the staff couldn't make it tonight just because of various things, and we're working on that. We're getting through it, so. Hopefully next week we'll get to play some Jeopardy or something. I got a little Jeopardy game cooked up. I got another game that I think would be pretty funny called Wavelength. So we'll get into some cool stuff. Tonight was just a come chit chat, draft, and talk some recruiting portal stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you like what you see. We come on every Wednesday and Friday. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll end it with a Go Cards. And since Ross is not here, Go Cards, Grow Krogering.
Go Cards.